What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Don Farilla podcast. I'm your man Al Zero. Right now I'm about to bring on the man, the Don himself.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening?
What's up? What's up? What's cracking? What's up,
Maintain it.
yo?
Maintain
Al
it.
Zero.
Yeah.
It's cracking today.
Yeah.
Today's Saturday, we're going to come together. Today, we're going to do a segment on what you got going on. So, like I told y'all, I had one of my guests coming in. His name is Imad Udane, you know what I'm saying? He's mysterious now. Right now, he's sitting in the mystery chair, but he's here. So, Al, we going to get it cracking, right?
That's what's up. Yeah, listen here, man. This guy's got some profound information on just his travels in life, things that he's seen with his own eyes, not through somebody else's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to drop a little of that on us today. I'd like to welcome our guest.
Yeah, this is my main man.
Imad,
What's going on, man? Good to be here. Thank you for having me. This is my man, Farilla.
I gotta make sure I pronounce it right.
Imaduddin.
Imaduddin.
But you would say Imad for short. Imaduddin just means, Imad means pillar, Uddin, which brings it together, and pillar of religion.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Muslim, so this is where basically a lot of it.
Okay, well, let me give y'all a little background on me and Imad. We met in prison in Pekin, Illinois. You know, we're going to keep it real. You feel me? MCC Chicago. Damn,
Yeah.
That's right. When I first came, we floated through the Fed system together.
Yeah.
But when I came home, I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? And Imad, he ends up writing books too. He wrote about two of them, two good ones out. One called The Jerusalem Gangster. He gonna let us know what he got going on, and I'm gonna give him the floor so he can let y'all know what is really going on.
Yeah, just to give you a little background on me, man. I was born in Jerusalem to a Palestinian family. My book, The Jerusalem Gangster, I think actually me and Farad talked about the name. It was going to be The Jerusalem Saint, because the gang I was in was the Saints of 45th off of 47th in Ashland.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the discussion with Farad, we had to, it would have sounded like a Christian book. The Jerusalem Saint would have sounded like, because Christians have saints.
Right.
And talking about Jerusalem, most people relate Jerusalem to Christianity or Judaism, not so much as Islam, and it would have sounded like a religious book.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we came up with a Jerusalem being the positive, gangster being the negative, and brought them both together and might attract some attention. But I was born in Jerusalem. I moved to the States in 1978. I lived on 66th and Artesian. It was a very racist neighborhood. I don't want to say too much what's in the book, because most of this is in the book. If you pick up the book and read it,
Right.
it starts from
I
A to
don't
Z.
mean to interrupt you, but let them know where your book's selling.
Oh,
at,
my
right
book.
quick.
You can get the book at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, on eBay, almost anywhere, all over the world. Online, online. It's a great book, man. I'm getting a lot of good reviews. The latest review says, the person says, I wish this could be made into a series.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you
And
look
it
up-
will be.
Yeah,
It ain't
if
too-
you look,
man,
if you
please.
look at the reviews, man, they're all awesome. There's a white lady on there that gave a video review and said, if I could give this book 10 stars, I would give it.
Wow.
From Indiana, a white woman.
Okay.
So anyway,
That's what's up.
how I came, when I got out the joint in 2004, me and Farad had started from 1992. We went from MCC to Oxford to Pekin to Milan, and that's where the separation went. But I did a total of 13 years. But how I came to write the book, ever since I got out, man, I would talk to people. The first dude in 2005, I went to a fundraiser in Michigan, and it was a surgeon who heard a little bit of my life and took me by the hand to the one guy that brought me there, Ann Arbor, Michigan, says, hey, this guy got to write a book about his life. When he said that, I thought this dude was crazy. Because the way we grew up, it registers in your mind as being normal, but it's far from normal. People are like shocked. The last one was a dude who was a biker from the Chicago Outlaws, the biker gang, Chicago Outlaw Club, whatever they want to call themselves. He said, man, you're a very interesting dude. Why don't you write a book? And I blew that off too. But then I came to visit Farad right here, this place right here, in 2017. And I was sitting there talking to Farad, we were just kicking it, and I looked at the table and he had a book there. And I said, man, Farad, you wrote a book?
Those true gangsters don't fuck.
And he said to me like this, I'll never forget it. He said, man, you need to write a book. You got a hell of a story. And when I saw that book with my own eyes, it made it a reality that I could do this too. If my man did it, I could do it too.
That's right.
So I left from here, went straight to Best Buy, man, and picked up a computer. I looked online what would be the best computer to fit right in a book. I got the specs. I went to Best Buy. I said, I want this. They gave me that. And then I got a few more things, Word 365 through Microsoft.
Right.
And I went that way, man, and I did it. Then the problem down the line became, how do you publish this book? And I contacted some publishers, man, and they sounded like you were talking to a used car salesman.
Right, exactly.
And it kind of shut me down,
Yeah,
put
right.
me in depression, like I gotta go like this. Then I ran into a guy on Facebook who
Yeah.
actually knew Farilla.
Okay.
And it's
And we're gonna try to get him on the show too.
yeah,
That's
man,
what
he's a
Demetrius,
good brother.
right?
Demetrius,
So,
man,
right.
good brother, man, good brother. Helpful,
What's his
man.
last name? Demetrius?
I can't think of it off the top, but
Well,
I
he's
just
an
know
author
he-
too. We're gonna try to get him.
Yeah, he a good brother. He from a good background too, man. And he helped me without ever asking for anything, man.
Right.
I just met this dude. He told me this is some good brothers out there, man. They
Right.
come
Yeah.
from these
I
hoods,
think
man.
he got about 10 books or more
Yeah,
under his
man.
belt.
And he's
Right.
and the brother's struggling, man. And he's a good dude, good father, man, for his family. But anyway, he showed me how to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it, man. It came out, and I was a little nervous. I didn't even edit the book. I didn't do nothing with it. There's some misspellings in there. There's some run-on paragraphs, but I didn't care, man. I wanted the book to be
Published,
from a
right.
dude who failed grammar school, never went to high school. I went to high school for a year. I didn't make it to none of my classes. I gangbanged the whole time. I hung out with the SDs from 2-4, and basically, and some of my boys. And I never went to school. And then I got my GED in federal prison by force, because I kind of looked at it like, man, who you think you are telling me about getting a GED? And I ran a
Right.
multi-million business out there.
Right.
You know, some goofy white dude sitting here or a goofy black dude working for the system. You're going to tell me about a GED? And it was that type of rebellion. Then when we got in Pekin, remember they were talking about taking them little 53 days back. I said, man, I might as well. And I went for the GED, and I actually got the top of the class. I student of the month.
Okay.
And the first test, I passed that joint. And that's where it basically went, man. So now we're on a different level, a different page, man. Farad's on positive stuff since we've been out. Because not so much is anything, but it's a lose-lose situation to
Right.
be in these streets, man.
Exactly.
How, we could, I had my connect.
Right.
Was still out. He came to me and offered some big shit. But what am I gonna do with that, man?
Right, exactly.
It's a Jimmy Dean lifestyle, man. I'm gonna live. It's gonna last about 4 or 5 months. There's so many snitches, and the drug game is a commodity game.
Right.
You can't keep it to yourself. You have to sell it.
Right.
And who you selling to might be some snitches, man, because the game is all messed up right now, man.
Yeah,
There's so
right.
many snitches out here. It's normal. It's the
Right.
norm.
Right.
They embrace snitches and stuff like that. But that's the street. That's them. They could have that.
Right.
We're on a different level, man. We're trying to
Hey,
move
yeah,
differently. Go ahead, man.
Hey, but you wrote another book also, and
Yeah, I did.
What's the name of that?
The name of the book, man. Look, I'm gonna say this. From the day I came to this country and I started to learn English, and it wasn't long after that. As soon as I told somebody I was a Palestinian, they said, "Oh, you guys are them terrorists." If you remember back then, the only label to terrorism was given to the Palestinians,
Right.
because the narrative in this country,
Right.
and we will get to that, the narrative that is given to the people in this country is the narrative that is given by the people Kanye West just talked about.
Right.
So the fight with us is against Zionist Jews. I don't want to say Jews because you got some good Jews.
Right.
So the Zionist Jews and that whole ideology of Zionism is basically no different than Nazism, because the Nazis said Germany belongs to the German Christians.
Right.
Everyone else out.
Okay.
So the Zionist ideology is this piece of land from the northern border with Lebanon to the southern border with Egypt to the river, from the river, Jordan River, to the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, belongs to the Jewish people. Everyone else out.
Right.
So those are the Zionist Jews. So from the day I came and I realized, man, these people are calling me terrorist, sand nigger,
Damn,
Arab,
son.
yeah,
Okay.
cowhead. I'm telling you. So it's been a fight of constantly every time I run to somebody, because people are ignorant to what's going on there, because they
Right.
have been brainwashed
By the
to
local
believe
media.
by the media, who's
Right.
ran by the same people
Yeah.
that we are beefing with.
Right.
So I had to constantly, if I talk to Farad right now and I said I'm a Palestinian, I have to explain the whole situation to him.
That's right.
Then I ran into a dude down the street. I have to explain this. Man, it gets
Hey,
tiring,
look,
bro.
this is what you got going on, and y'all see what he got going on. He got 2 books under his belt. He got a lot of stuff going on. Let him continue.
Yeah. So the book. So finally, man, recently, a friend of mine, I was talking to him on the phone. He says I had a TikTok. Man, they blew my TikTok in 2 months. Deleted the whole TikTok because I was talking about some serious stuff on there. And I was talking about them people.
Oh, they don't want the truth.
So 2 months they deleted my whole account. The second account they deleted it too. So I'm talking to my friend. He's like, man, and he's a Palestinian, but he's in Jordan. He lived here most of his life. And he said, man, the stuff you're saying, man, even though I didn't even know that. I would think about that stuff like that. Because I was breaking down where they come from, what's the difference between us and them, that they're basically European colonizers and so on, to pretending to be another people. So he said, man, why don't you write a book?
Right, exactly.
And I promise you, because I've dealt with this issue so much, I started in December this book, which is 300 and something pages, and published it a few months later.
That's right.
So it's published now. Because I
once
had
you
to
get
deal
started,
with it so much.
you got so much coming back and
the
forth to
book,
your mind. It's just
it
that's
just
why I
flows.
got
It's
like
like
my
really
gangster
flows.
series.
Yeah.
True Gangsters Don't Fold. My next book coming out is They Let a Gangster Go, and the next one after that is The Resurrection of a Gangster.
Oh, okay.
All of them is already, it's a gangster series. So y'all be looking forward to that, to True Gangsters Don't Fold coming soon. Let's let the man have the floor again to let y'all know what he got going on.
Yeah. So the book is basically some information from me, but a lot of transplanted information by people who did the research. So there's stuff from Encyclopedia Britannica in there. A lot of different sources with references, so you don't say this is my opinion.
Right.
So based on historical fact, religious fact, and so on, I prove in this book that these people who Kanye is talking about do not belong there, and that we actually belong there, and people like us belong there, because if you think about it, until 1880 something, the Middle East wasn't called the Middle East, it was called North Africa.
Right.
So the Middle Easterners are essentially North African. They're just a lighter color of Africans. Till they mapped out the world in 1880 something, I believe. Then they started calling this is the Far East, this is the Middle East, this is is that, and then that. So it was easy for me, man, because I knew exactly where to go, because I had done so much research from a guy who has always had to, was told that land doesn't belong to you. You came from another piece of land close by, that it actually belongs to these people who are European. Something in North Africa belongs to a European who has a German name or a Russian name, and so on and so on. So it was easy. I knew exactly where to go, and I put the book together. And again, I didn't edit it.
What's the name of that?
The name of it is My Land, Palestine.
My Land, Palestine. And you can
Exclamation mark.
Okay, they can get that. It's on
They
all
could get
avenues.
it everywhere, bro. They could get it everywhere.
Amazon.com. Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
You got My Land,
My Land, Palestine.
and the Jerusalem Gangster.
The Jerusalem Gangster is the first one. That's my life story. But I do want to say, man, that it is astonishing and amazing, bro, that even watching some podcasts of individuals who really were never in the street, and they talk a certain game, and that, I told Tommy, Tommy, my guy Tommy, I told Tommy, we lived the life.
Right, exactly.
Right? And we went to the joint.
Tommy is his main man from New York. He was down there peaking with us.
Good brother. Yeah. He was a big dude in New York. He's doing some big things in New York right now. He does a workout thing for geriatrics, older people, not younger people. He just picked that up. He's been on some. He's actually on some of Nas's videos. But I told him, we were on the phone a couple of years back, and I said, man, it really is depressing, and not in the term that we know depressing is. It's really, it annoys the shit out of me that these dudes are rapping about the life we live, and they making millions. That's not the thing. They making millions. They have podcasts talking about the life we live. They're making millions. Now some of these podcasts are talking about who's screwing who. But the sad part about it is that they have a strong following. But real individuals, this is why we gotta
really think about it though. Cause we were really young in the streets doing our thing, and a lot of these rappers, they was doing their thing when they was young too, coming up 12 and 13 on the blocks. A lot of them, a lot of them, they feel like they got a lot. They do have a lot of street credit, and they got a lot of moving around in the street. Cause you start so young from the areas that we come in, like Inglewood or in the hundreds. You start as a young man, and you out there in it, and you're not forced to. You just you just want to be about that life and say, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. But I'm talking on the positive end.
Yeah, right.
We are at a positive level right now. Yeah. And what I'm talking about, bro, is this. When you talk about credible messengers, we are the credible messengers. Because we come from that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Prison system and all that shit.
So that's who should be, people should be paying attention to, and we should be pushed forward. Because this country right now, bro, is in a terrible situation, bro. Exactly. And the people who are trying to fix it have no recollection on where we went and to where we're at. So they don't fit into the thing.
They can't rap. I feel you.
That's what I'm talking about. So, and then now, it's the stuff that's being talked about is so irrelevant, man, that it's not productive for life.
Right.
So some of these podcasts, I don't even watch them, and I glance right through them. And some of the conversations as you're going through TikTok, because most of them are on TikTok or Facebook, as they glide by, I'm like, what's this discussion, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now, as brother Kanye, man, he finds himself in a situation.
Right.
A lot of these dudes, if I had little respect for them, I don't have any at all, because now they jumped on the bandwagon to attack this dude, and now they're talking bad about him. And Kanye, man, I never really, not to jump on another subject, but Kanye, man, I never really listened to his music because I don't, I'm from the days of Grandmaster Flash and all that. I don't listen to this stuff, man. And then back then, the gangbanging music was disco music for them rappers.
Coming straight from the underground.
So I don't relate to his music or these other dudes' music. I'm not big on music nowadays. I just roll. We had systems back in the day, and we bumped and all that, but that's gone, man. I'm 56 years old. But now, and then especially when I saw him around the Kardashian, who are basically, to me, that's my opinion, they're poison, man. The mom is a pimp and the daughters are hoes. Basically, she pimps her daughters out. But that's my opinion based on what I see. So, and look at their ethnicity and who he is, and I just kicked
This is the art of the Jerusalem gangster. Y'all pay attention. The man got this shit cracked.
So I never paid attention to him. Then when I heard him, when that thing came out, that text came out that night, or that tweet, he said, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. And I'll tell you this, if you think, and an explanation was given militarily about DEFCON 3, DEFCON 3 doesn't mean offensive, it means defensive.
Right.
Meaning I'm going to guard myself against what's coming.
Right.
They turned it into something else. But
understanding is the main part
of everything.
Media manipulation.
Exactly. And then his only crime, I just did a video on TikTok about it, Kanye's only crime or downfall or shortcoming was that he used the word Jew, which included all the Jews into it. He should have been talking about a certain segment of Jews. You understand? And those are the Zionist Jews. Those are the people that deal in the diamond industry, the gold industry. They run the banks. They run the media. They run Hollywood. They run all these things. The only thing they're unable to run and control, and they still try it, is social media, because that's why social media changed the whole narrative. See, social media gave people a voice who didn't have a voice. I know this because my people, we didn't have a voice. We were shut down. Social media came out and gave us a voice. Now, people heard us. That's why when you look on social media and it's talking about the Palestinian issue, there's more people than ever are saying, no, that's wrong what's happening with them. Stop oppressing them. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Now we have a lot of different things coming out even for the African American community or the Hispanic community. Voices being told that have never been told before, have never been heard before. So, I mean, this is the stuff, man. And I told Farilla when he told me he was doing it, I said, man, I pray that this thing you're doing it blows up, man, because people like you, I don't care what you say.
Make sure y'all share this video.
I don't care what. I don't care what you say about them other dudes. I don't know most of their names, but I've been on some podcasts, man. But I know he has more of a right to have a podcast than a lot of them dudes because he comes from the streets. I come from the street. I mean, real streets. You can tell me you've been out in the street and sold 2 nickel bags, and now you street, now you're a rapper, or you have a podcast, bro. We could sit down and weigh the difference about the things we did and the things you did.
Right.
Okay, we could weigh out the things. I mean, bro, sad to say, if you talk about nonsense, you blow up in this society, man. And that's the craziest thing. It's a short-term thing, man. Everything changes so fast. Look at like for instance, I don't listen to rap, but like look at that new type rap is different than the type rap.
Right.
Even the music and the way they talk.
You can't understand what they're
exactly.
saying.
But you know,
it's
that's
catchy.
what they're doing. Yeah.
It's catchy.
Yeah, it's
the
catchy.
thing
They
is,
love it.
we need to try to catch the attention of those people and say, bro, look, there's more to it than that. Because a lot of these I'm telling you, a lot of these young dudes, if you ask them, bro, I work with an organization that deals with gunshot victims, bro. I work with Activist. The brother that started Activist is from the same background we from. He's actually in a wheelchair, bro. So when somebody's shot at the hospital, they call me. I go down there and see them, bro. Most of these young dudes don't expect to live. And they're going to study about it. African American brothers, Hispanic brothers, from Little Village, from the west side, from the east side, from Inglewood, they don't expect to live past 20, bro. That's their expectation.
Yeah.
So they're out here, I'm out.
Well, that's why we got to
Let's
give them
do
jobs,
this.
give them something to do.
Exactly,
Give
bro.
them
But
something
there
to do.
has to be some heavy investing in that type of stuff. I drifted off into another subject, man.
But that's cool.
But a lot of us,
we want to hear what you got going on,
Yeah,
and
a lot-
hopefully
yeah.
you'll be able to provide some jobs from some of
yeah.
these people.
See, and that's the thing, man. Is I'll tell you, man. Like when I was in the joint, I was in Milan, man, and like something happened. If you remember in Milan, like sometimes.
Oh yeah, I want to
dudes-
bring that up.
the
Okay,
dudes-
look, something happened. Don't let me
go
throw.
ahead.
I want to throw you off for 1 minute.
Okay.
I had brought up like when we did our segment, the first show about the pussy schedules, and on how when we was in Pekin, how they put up a post telling the guys to go and masturbate because they can get prostate cancer. You remember that?
I don't remember.
When we was at Pekin,
Yeah.
remember a lot of dudes was going to the hospital and shit.
Yeah,
because of that.
yeah,
because they was
okay.
getting diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Yeah,
you remember? Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
Right,
You're
yeah. And that was
Even
wild.
in
That was-
Milan, there
yeah.
was some of the stuff.
Yeah,
going
that
on.
was like in the 90s, man.
Yeah, but
You know?
there was so much stuff going on. It's hard to keep up.
Right,
man.
that's what I was saying. I ain't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to bring that up. He was there,
Yeah.
and he know that that's what was going on
Yeah,
for real,
yeah.
ladies. So
Yeah,
I just wanted to
But,
put that in there.
Yeah, so I used to hear brothers, man. Like let's say this ping pong machine. It belonged to the prison, right?
Okay.
Brothers would be like, let's say, broke or break. Man, F this, that's them white people shit. And I say, man, why would you say some shit like that, man? That's not their shit.
Right.
And that's the mindset that's out here, man, that people have had to brainwash, and it's still in their mind that this country and everything in this country belongs to these white people, and it doesn't, bro. When you walk in, even if you don't have a job.
That's why I had a segment for Farilla tips to get everybody to try to invest.
Yeah.
Invest in all these companies out here where you can
And not-
own a part of America yourself.
Yeah, and
You know
not
what I'm
only
saying?
that,
That's what's
man, not
happening.
only that, if this street right here, the asphalt on this street belongs to a white person, it belongs to a black person, it belongs to a Hispanic person, it belongs to everyone living in this society,
That's
man.
right.
But when you start to say, if a bunch of white people are standing right there and they hear you say about this picture frame, it broke, man, F that picture frame, that belonged to the white people. You give them people legitimacy to think that this is their shit.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Even if a brother doesn't have a job, when you go pay for a gas, you pay taxes.
Right.
When you get paid for a can of pop, you pay taxes. So, bro, you're paying taxes regardless whether you have a job or not.
Right.
So, I mean, that's some of the stuff that, man, we need to wake brothers
okay.
up.
So
you
like
know?
like I was saying, y'all see it, y'all hear it right here on Don Farilla podcast with Al Zero. Our special guest today, Eman.
It's my new show, Sweeney, right here, man.
Right. And look, y'all make sure y'all check out his
Yeah.
books. He got the Jerusalem Gangster.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the other one?
My Land Palestine, man. And let's get this Farilla podcast out there, man.
Oh, we're gonna get it cracking. Y'all make sure y'all share this content.
Yeah, because
okay?
if you support some other dude, man, especially if you're out of Chicago, man, you should be supporting this, man. Help this brother get it up there, man.
That's right.
So that way we could all have a say in this.
All right, so we're gonna end this
So look here,
right quick.
Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it come out the mouth of the man right here, right? Support.
Okay.
It's all about support.
That's right.
We seeing y'all out there. I know y'all seeing us out here. Keep the support game going. Let's keep sharing these videos because, hey, it ain't nothing but good knowledge coming
Let me
at your
just
way.
say this before you shut it off. And if you do get the book, you want to know the legitimacy of us, grab my book, man, and see. He's mentioned in the book too. Grab the book, man. If you grab the book, give me a review, honest review, based on the story, not on so much the way it's written, because I'm not Shakespeare or nothing like that.
Right.
But give me a review on the life that I've lived, man, and the life that Farad has lived, you know?
All right,
Appreciate
that's what's up. Love.